Oh, hello, readers. I'm CJ Bernstein, and this is Herman the Hippocampus. Okay, so last week I had. What? Last week I told you about the Patreon campaign, and I was going to talk about it a little more today, but I asked for questions and concerns, anything you guys had. I asked you to send them to me, and you sent a bunch of questions. So I'm going to spend today doing nothing but talking about what? Not talking about answering your questions. So I'm going to get started and we're going to plow right through these. Kelsey on the forum has 5 questions, and I'm going to answer them all right now. How long do you think this experience will go on? I think Kelsey's talking about the Monarch Papers as a whole. I know exactly how long it's going to go on. This began in August, and it's going to go until next August. It's a year-long campaign. Yeah, and then after that, hopefully, you will have unlocked the Book of Briars, and a new kind of experience will continue after this. And I have plans. I don't want to get too specific, but the timeline for my company right now, Ackerley Green Publishing, stretches to 2023. So if you're into this, you've got some stuff to do. Move on. Next question: does the relatively small size of our community bother you, or are you happy with its growth so far? Incredibly happy with the growth. I have done little to no marketing for this. This has all been word of mouth and people finding this through ARG forums, Reddit, Instagram. There are a dozen or so loyal recruits on the forum. And though that may seem like a small community to you guys who are on the forum, what you don't realize, and what I'm only starting to realize, is that there are hundreds of subscribers to the Monarch Papers, people who are just experiencing it in a different way than you are. They are reading the recaps every Friday. They are treating it like a book that a chapter is released every week. And the best part of that is that you on the forum have become characters in their mind. So they are stunned by the connections you make and the puzzles you solve, and confused about the relationships you have and who is real. I've had people ask me which of you are real and which aren't. I think for a while they thought that I was playing these characters, or that I had people acting it all out, and didn't at first realize that there are tiers of players or readers in the Monarch Papers. We have the several hundred subscribers who are reading it every week and are following what you're doing. Then we have people who pop in every now and then to help out on the forum, and then we have you, like, loyal dozen who are my family and who I love and appreciate. And literally none of this would be possible without you, because the story doesn't move forward without you. Things can't be solved. Deirdre can't continue on in her story. Cole, everyone. I mean, I don't think you understand how important you guys are to this community, to this campaign, to what I'm doing. It wouldn't exist without you. So I'm very happy with the growth, and we're going to start doing some grassrootsy sort of marketing in the next month or so. And I think with Patreon, we'll be bringing in sort of the right people. That's the key, is that I'm happy with the growth because I don't want people who want to come in and just break the game and win. It's not that kind of thing. It's something to experience. I really want readers first and foremost, and people who have a love of fantasy and magic and whimsy, and who normally wouldn't have some. I'm not a big fan of, like, MMOs, because I'm a bit of an introvert, and I don't want to play with. I want to play with fun people. I want to be collaborative. I want to be less competitive, and it's cool that we're finding this clan, this family, who like to do the same thing, who maybe aren't the most extroverted or out there. And so we're finding this place that's a little more magical, a little more romantic and fun, that we can play in together and build together. So very happy. Is there anything we can help you with to make this experience, is there anything we can help you with to make this experience even better? Puzzle ideas, advertising, getting the word out, interacting in a different way with the characters. Puzzle ideas, we have well in hand, but thank you. Advertising, getting the word out. Yeah, if you, I mean, that's the thing. For every one of you guys, I'm sure you have a friend or two that you have a lot in common with that sort of likes the same kind of things. And while I love that you all feel, and I do too, that this is like your special place, your special thing, and I keep it close to my heart. And I do too. I don't talk about this a lot outside of this. But if you have a friend, bring them in. Have them take the guide and see. I mean, that's the big hurdle. If the gateway to this is if you are into the Magic Guide, chances are you'd be into what we're doing here at the Monarch Papers. And so if you have a friend who might be into that, tell them about it, please. I'd love it. And actually, there's now a system built into the forum that you get recruitment badges. So if you invite someone to the forum through the invite button and they sign on, you get badges. Badges are fun. So I would love that. Or interacting in a different way with the characters. I couldn't ask for anything more. You guys have dove in there. And that's the thing with these tiers of readers. There are people who read, and then there are you guys who are willing to role play a little and have fun. And on the forum, we are all in on that this isn't real, and we're pretending it is, and we're interacting with these characters like it is, because it makes it feel better. It makes it more fun. It makes it more exciting. So that's perfect. You're doing everything you should be, and more than we could ever imagine. So, but yeah, if you have friends who you feel would love this, tell them about it. That's all I'd ask. Does it ever drive you crazy watching us try to solve the puzzles and being way off, or perhaps really close but just not getting there? No, it doesn't drive me crazy. There are times when I would like to stick to the schedule I've created because I'm a bit of a control freak. But no, I think it's fun. I think especially Fragment 4, the Brandon Lockman challenge. There were dozens of things to do. And you wouldn't believe how much I was reading the forum just to keep track of what you were doing, because we didn't have a way to make sure I knew exactly where you were in the process. But that was exciting and fun. And that's the thrill of all of this. Or perhaps really, but just not getting. The thing is, you guys have always gotten there, which is fun. And I have ways to, I mean, with the Book of Briars offering hints, and now you have the Magimistic word that you can submit. That's a way to check this and to move things along if you guys are feeling stymied, or that you are bored, or you've lost interest and you want to move things forward. So it's really in your hands now, which I love. And I've been trying to not say and I forgot to remember to not say and now I think I've said it 4,000 times. So yeah, no, I love that. I love you guys working together has been incredible, and perhaps really close, but just not getting there. No, I think it's fantastic. Last question: what are some things that have surprised you about creating this experience? I always thought that I was like a solo writer, and that, like I said, a bit of a control freak. And if I have an idea, I want to see it through the way I envisioned it. And I have strong ideas and I want to bring them to fruition. But working on this with you guys has been incredible and freeing, and has loosened me up and left my storytelling capabilities open so that I can bring in your ideas and interact with you and bounce these things back and forth. And it's really taught me how much I love collaboration. It's been an incredible experience so far. So that's one thing it's taught me. What else has it taught me? Anything else? Oh, what I'm capable of doing in a day. I cannot believe how much I do versus whenever I was a screenwriter and I would work, 4 or 5 hours a day, because it was a drudgery. It was a drudgery. But with this, I don't know. I can't stop working on it. I was up this morning at 4:30, happily working on a website, working on a puzzle, drafting blog posts. I mean, this is my dream, and I get to share it with you, and not just share it with you, but get feedback and build something better with you. It's incredible. It's incredible. So let's move on to question from Bells Are Ringing. Do you have plans to release the stories that Ackerley Green Publishing made in the narrative, such as The Wolf in the Wild? How did you come up with all the titles as well? I would like, yeah, I actually do plan on releasing those at some point. I'm not sure when, but I haven't put anything into this campaign that I wouldn't be willing to write. And what's funny is The Wolf in the Wild and Through the Night are ideas I've had in the past, either half formed screenplays or an outline for a book. And I thought, well, I'm not going to write the name of a book that I wouldn't ever want to write because if there was interest in this story. And so they're all my ideas. And eventually, at some point, I will get to writing them and releasing them. Yeah. And then we had one question on YouTube. It's about lore, and it's from Tristan. And he says, which guild, if any, is most likely to be drawn to dark arts? The chaotic, untamed nature of Balamora, the constant search for more knowledge of Thornmouth, even perhaps the invasive empathy of Gosmere? That is a super cool question. I think all of them are. I think you guys, where we are in the story, we have just seen the tip of the iceberg with the lore that I've created for the guilds and for this world. And there's a lot of stuff going on, and I've built into that the possibility of corruption and secret sex and not sex, sectus, sectus. But I mean, Balamora, of course, embraces darkness and chaos. They wear it on their sleeves, but then there are other Thornmouth, absolutely, and the things they're willing to do to. Oh, my alarm just went off to wake up. I've been up for 2.5 hours. Their quest for more knowledge is can lead them to horrific places, possibly. Gosmere for sure. Ebengard, whose fight for right can sometimes lead them to do questionable things for the greater good. Yeah, all the guilds, I think. But I think you're right with Balamora is definitely they embrace the chaos. They embrace the darkness. There's no hiding that. Yeah, so I think those are all the questions I had for this week. I'm recording this on Thursday of last week because I'm going to be out of town next week with my family in Herman. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful week. Enjoy Fragment 6, and we'll talk soon. Bye.